Yo, what's up? Kumusta mga ka-Facebook? Panibagong araw, panibagong movie na naman. Ito ay ang pinamagatang Troy. So, tara, samahan niyo ako, manood tayo. Hi guys, nandito ako ngayon sa loob. I-search muna natin yung Troy para masimulan na nating mapanood. Type muna natin Troy. Then enter para ma-search. Guys, yung Troy nga pala ay isang 2004 epic historical war film. So ayan, nood na tayo.
If they ever tell my story, let them say I walked with giants. Men rise and fall like the winter wheat, but these names will never die. Let them say I lived in the time of Hector, tamer of horses. Let them say I lived in the time of Achilles.
Walang conflict between Thessaly and Mycenae. Nagkaroon naman ng kasunduan si King Triopas at King Agamemnon. Ang naging kasunduan nila ay kung manalo si Achilles, si Bogarius ay isasubmit sa Agamemnon's command. So, nalaman naman nila na wala si Achilles sa battlefield. So, pinatawag nila. Ngayon, nang dumating si Achilles upang harapin or kalabanin si Bogarius, ay nanalo naman si Achilles. After battle with Thessaly, nagkaroon ng gathering and celebration ang Sparta and Troy for peace between both nations. During that celebration ay nag-usap si Paris at si Helen and he offered her a gift. Then, he convinced Helen na umalis sa Sparta to Troy with him. It was morning at pabalik na ang mga Trojan ships back to Troy. Habang nasa ship sila, Paris at Hector, tinanong ni Paris si Hector na kung does he love him. Then, Hector replied that last time he said that was when he was 10 years old. And he stolen their father's horse. Ininform ni Paris Hector na nasa ship si Helen at pinakita niya kay Hector. Nag-insist naman si Hector na dapat silang mag-set sail pabalik sa Sparta. Pero kinonvince ni Paris si Hector na wag dahil mahal niya si Helen. Then inalam ni Menelaus kung nasaan si Helen, and he was informed na kasama si Helen ng mga Trojans. Dito siya nagalit, and dito na nakipag-usap si Menelaus kay Agamemnon upang samahan siya to take back Helen. Agamemnon then agtis. Si Achilles ay na-convince ni Agamemnon na sumama sa tulong ni Odysseus na kanyang kompanyon. Before Achilles left, he talked with her mother, and her mother said na it is his fate that he will not return back to Sparta if he goes to Troy. Nagset sail ang 50,000 Greeks along with Achilles under Agamemnon's command. At dito na nagsimula ang complications ng story. Achilles and his men landed first sa shore ng Troy, and na-encounter nila ang mga infantrymen defending the shore. They managed na talunin ang mga defendants even though they suffered a quite huge amount of casualty. Na-encounter ni Achilles si Hector upon his arrival, and dito na na-ambush si Hector with his men by Achilles and with his men. Si Hector lang ang natira. And pinabayaan ni Achilles na makatakas si Hector as it is too early to kill Prince. Achilles then defies Apollo by cutting the golden statue head of Apollo. The men of Achilles then kills the priest of that temple. During the siege, Paris made an announcement that he will challenge Menelaus for Helen. He insisted na there won't be a war. It is only a conflict between two men, and he doesn't want to another Trojan to die because of him. During that night, Helen tried to leave Troy, pero nakita ni Hector si Helen, and he was convinced her na she doesn't need to leave as she is now a princess of Troy. On the other hand, Achilles decided not to join the march of that army. Hector and Paris then meets King Agamemnon and Menelaus. This is where attempted offers occurred but failed dahil ayaw ni Hector mag-submit to Sparta. Paris then challenged Menelaus para sa isang decisive duel na kung saan the winner takes Helen as a prize and the loser shall die. Dito na naglaban si Paris and Menelaus, and na-knockdown niya si Paris, and humingi siya ng tulong kay Hector upang ipagtanggol siya nito. Pinatay ni Hector si Menelaus at nalabag ang ibang rules. Sumigaw si Agamemnon at nag-charge forward ang kanyang army while si Hector and Paris were retreating. Sumugod ang Sparta army near the defensive wall of Troy na kung saan ang bloody battle occurred. Hector then leads his men for defensive formation. Dito rin nakipaglaban si Hector against Ajax, son of Telamon, at pinatay niya. The Spartans suffered heavy losses and decided na mag-retreat. It was a victory for Troy. A counterattack was decided to be initiated by the Trojans during the night. Umatake ang mga Trojans with the use of flaming arrows and ball flamables shape. It was a surprise for the Spartans as they were resting. Tumagal ang battle na ito until sunrise. Then, dumating si Patroclus to the battle and nakipag 1 versus 1 match kay Hector, but unfortunately namatay si Patroclus with a slit on the throat. Tinanggal ni Hector ang helmet and he realized na it was not Achilles and he finished him with a stab on the chest. Hector then decided to withdraw as it was enough for a today. Euderus then informs Achilles about the battle and question bakit sila nakipaglaban. When he told them not to, Euderus then informs about Patroclus' arrival and he informs him about Hector killing Patroclus. Nagalit si Achilles and ought to seek revenge. Binigyan naman ni Achilles ng proper burial by cremating him. Achilles went near the walls of Troy and he kept shouting the name of Hector over and over again. Meanwhile, Hector is saying his last goodbyes and last kisses to his wife. Nakipag-usap din siya kay Priam and Paris. Before going outside, Hector halted the archers na nakatutok kay Achilles and he went down to face Achilles. Sinubukan ni Hector na mag-create ng pact but Achilles refused. Naglaban sila on a one-on-one match na tumagal. Unfortunately, napatay ni Achilles si Hector and he ties his body to his chariot and kinaladkad ang katawan pabalik sa camp ni Achilles. Later that night, King Priam personally went to Achilles' camp. He meets Achilles and kissed his hands and said he kissed the hands of the man who killed his own son. Na-recognize ni Achilles ang lalaking nakaluhod sa kanya ay ang King of Troy. He begged Achilles to give Hector his body and give him a proper burial. After a few moments, it concluded to a 12-day peace declared by Achilles. He said that no Spartan shall attack within those days. King Priam sees Princess and told her he thought she was. She then left within Priam but hesitated at first, but she was allowed by Achilles to leave. King Agamemnon is then informed about this agreement. Without his consent and presence, he said that it was the right time to strike as they have no leader since Hector was dead. On the other hand, Odysseus and the idea of the Trojan horse when he saw a soldier carving a wooden horse for his son. His idea was then put to place. First, they gathered woods and hide the ships during peacetime. 12 days passed and King Priam with several Trojan went out to see the shore and saw a deception set by the Spartans. First, they thought the entire fleet left, and second is the horse. They thought it was a gift or offering to the god Poseidon, when in reality it was actually a trap because inside that is Achilles and his men. Paris recommended to burn it, but Priam refuses to. The night the Trojans celebrated as the horse was put inside the temple. During that day, a scout noticed the hidden ships, but it was too late as he was killed with an arrow. Achilles, along with Odysseus and his men, went out of the horse. They infiltrated within near the walls as they started to kill the guards, and they opened the gate to let the 1,000 soldiers waiting to get inside. The Spartans then went inside and killed anyone on sight and started to burn down houses and buildings. Several men, including Paris, went to defend the evacuees. He knew that his father will not leave the city. Priam was then killed personally by Agamemnon, was in trouble while Achilles was searching for princess. She was about to become a slave, but she kills Agamemnon with a knife she hid. She was then saved by Achilles when he kills Agamemnon's men. Paris also arrived when he saw Achilles with princess, and he shot Achilles in the heel with an arrow and shot him 3 times near before Achilles dies. He tells princess to go as it was chaos in Troy. She then left with Paris. At the very end, the body of Achilles was found by Odysseus and his men. It finishes with Achilles given a proper burial by cremating him in Troy. Hector's wife, Princess, and Paris along with Helen escape Troy through a hidden passage.